Hey boys and girls, so today for Writer's Workshop, you are going to do this diagram of a polar bear. So a diagram is just a big word for labeling a polar bear's body parts, okay? Down here, if you'll look where I'm highlighting in yellow, you have what is called a word bank, okay? All of those words I just highlighted in that box are parts of the polar bear's body. Okay, that's called a word bank. You're going to use these words down here in your word bank to help you label the parts of the polar bear. Okay, so let's look at the first word. I'm going to highlight it yellow. Tail. Repeat after me. Tail. So you're going to look at the box that has an arrow pointing to his tail. All right, here's the arrow pointing to his tail. So you're going to write or type the word tail, T-A-I-L, just like it is down here, into this box here. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to move it. And you don't have to worry about sizing it up just right. I don't care about that, okay? I'm going to do that because I can do it. But you don't have to worry about getting it perfectly in the box perfect, okay? It can come out a little bit. All right, my next one that I'm going to highlight when green says large paws. So I'm going to look for his large paws. Well, I see one here, but I don't see an arrow pointing to this paw. I see a paw here, and I see an arrow pointing to it. So in this box here, where this arrow is, I need to type or write in green. Down here I have large, leave space, paws. And then I'm going to move it, or you can write it with the pen and put it in that box. Okay? My next word that I have, I'm going to highlight in blue, says long neck. So I'm going to find his neck, which is right here. I see an arrow here, but that looks like it's pointing to his ear. So it's got to be this arrow right here for this box, long neck. So I'm going to copy the word down here in blue in my word bank, long, L-O-N-G, leave, oops, L-O-N-G, leave space, neck, N-E-C-K, long neck. And then I'm going to move it to my word box. All right, my next word that I have, I'm going to highlight in purple. Right here says body, B-O-D-Y, body. So I need to look at what I have left. I have an arrow pointing here, but that's his nose. I have an arrow pointing here, but that's his ear. And then I have an arrow pointing here. So that's got to be his body. So I'm going to type the word from the bottom in my word bank, body, B-O-D-Y. And then I'm going to move my word to fit in my word box. All right, my next word that I have, I'm going to highlight in pink. Nose, N-O-S-E, nose. So I see his nose here. Here's the arrow, so I want to put it in this box. So I'm going to type the word just like I see it down there, N-O-S-E. Then I'm going to take my hand tool and move it to the box. Okay, now look, my lines are outside of the box. That's okay. I don't care about that. That's not that big of a deal, okay? Just try to get the words in there as best you can. All right, my last box that I have left is pointing to his ear. So the word I should have left are ears. So let's check. And I have two words. It's going to be small ears because polar bears have small ears. So I'm going to do that one in, oh, I already did yellow. Let's do a different color. Let's see. I haven't done orange, so we'll make that orange. All right. Small ears. Small ears. Here's my arrow. There's my box. I'm going to get my label tool, and I'm going to copy my word from the bottom. S-M-A-L-L, leave space, E-A-R-S, small ears. And then I'm going to take my hand tool and move it into the box. Again, it's okay if it's not perfectly. All right, so I have done my diagram, or where I labeled the parts of a polar bear's body. I used my word bank down here to help me spell my words correctly, and I typed, or you can write it with a pen if that's easier. Okay, but you can definitely type it. That might be easier for you. Whichever way is fine. This is what you're going to do for your writer's workshop today. This is an informational diagram. So we're going to use this to help us learn about polar bears, parts of their body, and we can use this diagram later on if we want to write sentences about their body to make an informational writing later on. So today we labeled parts of a polar bear's body with our diagram. We used our word bank. Now when you do this, you do not have to highlight these words at the bottom and highlight the arrows. In fact, I don't want you to. I just did that at the bottom there so that you could see where your word bank is and where you need to type it. That was just my example. You do not have to highlight the words and highlight the arrows. You just need to type the words or write the words in the box, okay? Now, if it'll help you to do that, then that's fine. But you do not have to do that, okay? You do not have to highlight the word. But one thing you do want to do is once you've used the word, you do want to cross it out. So you do want to cross it out once you've used it because that helps you to know I don't need that word anymore, okay? So I didn't come back and do that. So what I would have done was crossed them out like this, okay? Once you use it, you can cross it out. That helps you figure out which word you need to do next, all right? So this is your diagram of a polar bear. Now you're going to go try it yourself, okay? Do your best.